ورحمة الله وبركاته. Math grade 9 Algebra 1. We are in the model 5 in the second lesson. Writing equations in standard and point slope forms. So we'll continue our work in the same extra practice. Yesterday we stopped, I think, in number 12 or number 14. Okay. We will start from number 12. As you remember, the standard form of the equation y equal mx plus b, and the point form y minus y1 equal m x multiplied by x minus x1, and the rule of the slope m equal y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So here we have 2 points. We want to solve at the first the slope. So we will start m equal y2 means 10 minus y1 means minus 8, and x2 will be 6 minus x1 will be 2. So minus minus plus 10 plus 8 will be 18, and 6 minus 2 will be 4. We can do simplest form here. 18 divided by 2 will be 9, and 4 divided by 2 will be 2. Then we can substitute the value of the slope, and you can choose one point from the 2 points here. For example, I will choose the second point in this form, in this equation. So y minus y1, as you see, 10 equal the slope 9 over 2 multiplied by x minus x1, x minus the value of the x will be 6. Then we want to change the equation from this form to the standard form, to this form. So we want to remove negative 10 from this side, so we can add the inverse plus 10 here and plus 10 here. So negative 10 plus 10 will be 0, remains here y equal, and we can use the distributive property here. 9 over 2 times x will be 9 over 2x. Then 9 over 2 times negative 6 will be negative 27 plus 10. So add the like terms, y equal 9 over 2 x negative 17. We want to do the second example. We can use the same idea. Start from the rule of the slope. y2 means negative 2 minus y1 means 4 over x2 means 4 minus x1 means negative 1. So m equal negative 2, negative 4 will be negative 6, And here 4 minus means plus. 4 plus 1 will be 5. So the slope will be negative 6 over 5. Then we want to substitute the value of m, and we want to choose one point and substitute it in the same equation here. For example, I will choose the first point, y minus y1. What is the y1? 4 equal m means negative 6 over 5 multiply by x minus x1. So we want to remove negative 4 from this side to write this equation in standard form like this form. So we can add the inverse, plus 4 here and plus 4 here. Negative 4 plus 4 will be 0, remains here y equal. And here in the second side, we can use distributive property. Negative 6 over 5 times x will be negative 6 over 5 x. Then here negative times negative, positive 1. Positive 1 times negative 6 over 5 will be negative 6 over 5 plus 4. Now we want to add negative 6 over 5 plus 4. We can change the whole number to the fraction. We can write here 1. Then you can make it the same denominators here. Here you have 5. Here multiply the second fraction by 5. So we write the same equation, negative 6 over 5 x, then minus 6 over 5 plus 5 times 4 will be 20, and 5 times 1 will be 5. Then now we can add, because we have the same denominators here, so y equal negative 6 over 5 x minus 6 plus 20 will be 14 over 5. And this is the standard form. Who has any question about this idea? Clear? Now, example 7 and 8. Write an equation in slope-intercept form for the line that passes through the given point and is parallel to the graph of the equation. Then write an equation for the line that passes through the given point and is perpendicular to the graph of the equation. And here we have two rules. If the two lines parallel, means the slope of the first line equal the slope of the second line. When the slope of the first line equals the slope of the second line, means we have parallel lines. We have parallel lines. And perpendicular lines if you multiply the slope of the first line by the slope of the second line and you will get -1, means the two linear will be perpendicular. will be perpendicular. So here we have the first line, and we want to find the second line who parallel with this line. We want to find the second line who parallel with this line. Parallel with this line means have the same slope. So what is the slope here? As you see here, m equal -2. So can use the same slope because the two lines parallel. So we have the slope and we have the point. So we can write the equation y minus y1 minus 3 equal m means -2 multiplied by x minus x1 means -1. We can prepare this equation to write like a standard form y equal mx plus b. So y minus means positive, y plus 3 equal -2x and -2 times -1 will be +2. Then we want to remove -3 from this side, so you can add the inverse to the two sides. -3 here and -3 here, so here remains y equal -2x. Now, plus 2 and -3 will be -1. And this is the second linear who parallel with this linear, The second case, we want to find the second linear who perpendicular with the same line here. So we know the slope. We know the slope of this linear. How to find the slope of the perpendicular linear with this linear? You can use this rule. For example, this is m1 multiplied by m2 equal -1. We know m1 will be -2 m2 equal -1. We can divide the two sides by -2, divide here by -2 and divide here by -2. So -2 divided by -2 remains m2 equal negative divided by negative positive, so the answer will be 1/2. Now we know the slope and we have the point. We can use the same equation, y equal -3 equal the value of m here 1/2 multiplied by x minus 1 we can prepare this equation. Negative times negative will be positive, so y plus 3 equal 1/2 times x will be 1/2x. Then 1/2 times -1 will be minus 1/2. Then you can remove plus 3 from this side, so add the inverse -3 here and -3 here. Remains here y equal 1/2x. And here we want to add -1/2 plus or -3. You can change here the whole number to the fraction, then make the same denominator. You can multiply here by 2. So we have -1/2 minus 2 times 3 will be 6, and 2 times 1 will be 2. So the equation will be y equal 1 over 2x minus 1 minus 6 will be minus 7 over 2. This is the perpendicular line with the first line here. Who has any question about this idea? Is it clear for all? طيب. I want from all to try to solve number 15. Use the same steps here. At the first, write the equation of the linear that parallel with this line, then that perpendicular. Start, please. Okay, check with me, please. As you see, this is the first linear. From the first linear, you can find the slope. So m equal, as you see, the slope here will be what? Will be 3. If you want the slope of the parallel line, means the same slope. The same slope. So we have the slope and we have the point. So we can substitute directly in the equation. Y minus y1 means minus 7 equal, the value of m will be 3, multiplied by x minus x1 means minus 3. So y minus 7 equal 3 times x, 3x, and 3 times minus 3 will be minus 9. We want to remove negative 7 here, so you can add 7 to the two sides. So here will be 0. So y equal 3x minus 2. This is equation of the parallel linear of the first linear here. We want to write the linear who will be perpendicular with the first linear. So we want to find the slope of the perpendicular linear. So we can use the rule m1 multiplied by m2 equal negative 1. We know m1 3 times m2 equal negative 1. Divide the two sides by 3. So m2 equal negative 1 over 3. So we know the slope and we know the point. We can now substitute in the equation y minus y1 means 7 equal negative 1 over 3 multiplied by x minus x1 will be 3. Then we can prepare this equation. We can remove negative 7 from here. You can add 7 to the two sides. Negative 7 plus 7 will be 0. Remains here y equal. And here we can use distributive property. Negative 1 over x times x, negative 1 over 3 times x will be negative 1 over 3 x. Then negative times negative will be positive. 1 over 3 times 3 will be 1 plus 7. Then y equal negative 1 over 3x. 1 plus 7 will be 8. This is the equation of the perpendicular line with the first line x equal 3x plus 7. Number 16, the same idea. And number 17, the same idea. Exercise number 9, determine whether the graphs of each pair of equations are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. How to know if the two equations here parallel or perpendicular or neither? You can find the slope of the first equation. To find the slope of the first equation, you can write this equation like standard form. So prepare this equation. Keep here 4y in this side. Remove 3x to the second side will be negative 3x. Negative 8. Then divide the two sides by 4 will be here 4y equal negative 3 over 4 x minus divide here by 4 will be negative 2. This is the first equation. From this equation, as you see here, the slope m equal negative 3 over 4. Then we want to do the same step in the second equation. Keep here 3y equal, take 4x to the second side will be negative 4x plus 12. Then divide the two sides here by 3. So y equal negative 4 divided by 3 x plus 12 divided by 3 will be 4. So what is the slope in this equation? M equal negative 4 over 3. Negative 4 over 3. So we know the slope of the first linear, negative 3 over 4. And we know the slope of the second linear, negative 4 over 3. As you see, we have different slopes, so means not parallel. Not parallel, because we have different slope. Now we want to check if the two linears perpendicular or not. If you multiply m by m, you will get negative 1. If you get negative 1, means we have perpendicular. So as you see, negative 4 over 3 multiply by negative 3 over 4, negative times negative positive, and 4 over 3 times 3 over 4 will be 1. Not negative 1, this is 1, so not perpendicular. So the answer here will be what? Will be neither. The same idea in number 18 and 19. So I want to from all to try, then tell me the two linears here, perpendicular or parallel, or will be neither. Okay, check with me, please. From the first equation, we will find the slope m equal 2 over 5. And from the second equation, you will be find here the slope equal negative 5 over 2. As you see here, we have different slopes. Means not parallel. If you multiply the two slopes and get -1 means you have perpendicular. So is it 2 over 5 times -5 over 2? Is it equal -1? Yes. So the answer here will be -1. So the case of the two equations here, or two linears here, will be perpendicular. So I want from all to try number 20, please. Okay, check with me, please. From the first equation, you will get the slope -4. From the second equation, also you will get the slope -4. So as we see, the first slope equal the second slope. If you have the same slope in the two equations, means we have here parallel linears. So the case here will be parallel. Who has any question about this idea? No questions? So this is our lesson for today. Inshallah, tomorrow we will start in a new lesson. I want to from all to rewrite, to resolve the same extra practice here. And if you have any question, you can ask me tomorrow, inshallah. So this is our period for today. Thank you for your listening. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.